In this video, we are going to learn how to explain the movement of objects on the grid reference map. For example, let's say the star started on the netball court and then moved to the canteen. We need to explain that movement. Which way did the star move? Did it move up? Did it move to the right? Did it move down? Or did it move to the left? So we know that the star moved up. But how far up did it move? So we begin counting the units, or counting the squares. We can count it moved up 1 unit, 2 units, and then 3 units. So we know that the star moved 3 units up. Let's do another example. This time the star started on the netball court and moved to the netball court further to the right of it. So which way did it move? Did it move up, down, right, or left? Well, judging from the picture, we can tell that the star moved to the right. Now that we know it moved to the right, let's see how far to the right it's moved. So we need to count the units. It moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the right. So we know that the star moved 5 units to the right. Okay, here's another example, but this time it's getting a little bit harder. The star once again started on the netball court, but this time it moved to where the bubbler is. So which way did the star move? Did it move up, to the right, down, or to the left? Well, judging from the picture, we can tell that the star had to move up, and it also had to move to the right. On a grid reference map, you cannot explain the movement going in a diagonal, so you always have to explain it in up, right, down, or left. So let's start with the up. The star moved up how many units? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. The star moved 3 units up. Now how far did it move to the right? Let's count them. It moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the right. We can therefore say that the star had to move 3 units up and 5 units to the right to get to the bubbler. Let's do another example, but this time it's your turn. Let's say that the star started on the bottom left-hand corner of the soccer field. It then moved to the parking lot. How can we explain that movement? Now we know we can't talk about a movement in terms of a diagonal. We can only say up, to the right, down, or to the left. So which way did the star move? You're right. It moved up. As well, it had to move to the left. But how far did it have to move? Let's count the units. First, we will start with the up. The star moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units up. Now we have to count how many units it moved to the left. This time it's your turn. How far did it move? Count the units. That's right. It moved 5 units up and it moved 2 units to the left. And that is how we use directional language, in other words, up, right, down, or left, to explain the movement of objects on a grid reference map. Now we don't always have to say the word units if we know how much 1 unit is equal to. So if on this map 1 unit, or 1 square, is equal to 1 meter, then instead of saying 5 units up, we could say 5 meters up. Instead of saying 2 units left, we could say 2 meters left. And that way we could say to go from the bottom of the soccer field to the parking lot, one would have to move 5 meters up and 2 meters left. So what did we learn today? We learned to explain the movement of an object on a grid reference map, we need to use directional language. Directional language just means up, right, down, or left. Directional language just means which way does it move. But we also need to make sure we say how far it moved. How many units did it move? Or if you know that 1 unit equals 1 meter, you could say how many meters it moved. And that is how we explain the movement of objects on a grid reference map.